In this handy little tip, we're going to go through the color replacement tool, and you access it under the image menu, adjustments, and replace color. And here I've chosen a document with some bright colors, and you can see we have these purples, oranges, reds, blues, and I've saved it as a PSD ready to be used. So I've just got one layer called background, and if I go into the bottom of the layers panel, unfortunately we haven't got the replace color here. So if I wanted to compare the previous, the original version and the new version, generally duplicate the background layer and work on that. So that's what I've got here. We're working on the top layer, which is a copy of the background layer. And I just go up to Image, Adjustments, and Replace Color. Now, Replace Color will replace a selected color with a range, the fuzziness, and you replace it with a color set here in hue, saturation you can change as well, and lightness. Which color do we choose? That's the job of the eyedropper tool here. So if I wanted to do this deep purple top here, if I click on that, and we can see here in this preview that not everything is selected, but quite a large amount is of this lady's top here, but some of the others as well. If I decrease the fuzziness, and you can see what happens, and if I increase it, you can see what happens, but I'll leave it something like that, and I'll change the hue to something, and you can see the colors changing quite nicely. However, not all of the purples are selected, so rather than increase the fuzziness, which can cause problems, so can you see here it's bleeding out, so I'll drag it back a bit, and I can add to the purple by clicking on the eyedropper plus here, and I'll click on the purple that I haven't got selected, and it adds quite nicely without affecting anything else. And I can muck around with the saturation. I can save these settings here, so all these settings I can save it, and if I want to look at the image I can look at the preview here, although I can see it here in the background. Click on selection, do OK, and save the document and do OK. And now if I hide the top layer, show the top layer, I can compare the two. And indeed, if I wanted to, I can reduce the opacity, so I can just have it bleed in a little bit, something like that. And if I don't like that color, as I said, if I click at the bottom here of the layers panel, I haven't got replace color here, so I basically have to duplicate the background layer, go up to image, adjustments, go down to replace color, and let's say the blue here, I'll click on this one, replace it with something, and then click on the eyedropper plus. The eyedropper minus will take away, eyedropper plus adds to the range, and you can see now on the right hand side it's selected too much. Well, that's easy to fix, because if I just do OK, I can just add a layer mask completely white, but I'll click on the brush tool, painting in black, and choose a nice big brush. I can block out the bits I want, and you can see here I've adjusted the color, but I've blocked out on the right hand side where it bleeds in, and because I've got a nice separation between the two, I don't have to worry about any fiddly edges or something like that. And that's how you use image, adjustments, and replace color. Very useful.